Good morning and welcome back to my 45-day, 50-day glow up challenge. It's kind of like 50 days because I started before my 45th birthday. Might continue after the 45 days. Things have been going great. And I think the reason why I feel so successful, even though technically it's only been like 10 days into the glow up journey, is because I've been very gentle and forgiving with myself. There are days where I feel a little disappointed, but it's only because I've been making changes. And we're in the digital age of like everything happens so quickly. We expect to see changes quickly. One thing that I have seen, outside of my control, my husband got a new job, so we're transitioning into that new world. It's a remote job, so he's home, but he's still working. Like, what does he work? 9 to 5. So even when I come home and the kids come home, like, he's still technically at work, and so that kind of messes up our evening flow, because it's like we have to be quiet, or we just because he's home doesn't mean he's home. So that's been a challenge. I've struggled with walking, which I love walking. That's my exercise. My goal was to get 5,000 steps every single day, and I've gotten around 3, which for me is a lot. Like, I'm a person who used to get, like, 2 years ago, maybe 1,200 steps a day. I know that's not a lot. I know the ultimate goal is like 10,000, 20,000 steps. For me, my goal is 5,000 for this year, to consistently hit that number every day. And I haven't. Like I said, I've been doing about 3,000, maybe 3,500 on a good day where I'm like really walking and purposefully doing it. This is my green juice this morning. I'm just taking a sip of it. What I wanted to really focus on today was reminding myself that this is a journey. When I talk about this 45-year-old glow up journey, I want to remind myself that it is about rediscovering who I am. I'm the person who loves adventure, who is usually going to say, yeah, let's go on an adventure. I'm also riddled with anxiety, severe anxiety. So my adventure in my mind right now is about 2 years away. But I'm excited for it. I'm gearing up for it. I want to prepare for it, because life is an adventure. My next adventure is to leave the United States. I want to go and explore the world with my family. I want to relocate. I want to show my children that the world is much larger than Dallas, Texas. I want to show my children that there's different cultures and communities that are just as amazing and valuable to learn about. My next adventure, hopefully will take us to Greece. I want to become more independent. I love teaching. Teaching is my passion. But history is also my passion. And so getting to Greece for me, or getting to the ancient world, is really important to me, because I think that's how I can meld my passion of history, of teaching, and adventure together. I also am trying to consider, there's all these visas and things and you need a savings account, and you need this and you need that. And so I'm trying to come up with practical ways that I can do that. One way for me is, how can I become more remote with my profession? One thing is, I kind of want to pivot away from classroom teaching per se as a full-time position. I want to look into nonprofit. I really want to look at grant writing as a viable way to make an income remotely, no matter where I am in the world, as something that I can do It gives back to community. It gives back to, getting into the nonprofit world is an amazing community to be a part of. So I'm next week starting classes on how to become a grant writer. Not leaving teaching. This is just, like I said, my goal is in 2 years to move to Greece and be remote. And I'm practical in understanding that I've got to learn a new career then. I've got to, start getting my feet wet. I need to start writing proposals, start working with some nonprofit organizations, getting my name out there, making connections, networking. And so part of my glow up journey is understanding, hey, if you want to, at 45 years old, you can still dream big. You can still change. I still have, honestly, a good 20 years in me, right? Look at me at 45 years old. I can still give a company a good 15, 20 years of a good employee. My longest working career was from 2004 to 2023. I stayed with the same company and grew in my profession. That's who I am. I'm loyal to a core, but I have to be loyal to myself as well. I think one of my biggest dreams has always been to move to Europe and to explore Europe. And I always promised myself that if I had children, that I would share that love of travel, of adventure, of exploring with them. I'm lucky that I have a supportive husband who 100% wants me to be happy and to explore the world with me. He didn't have that travel bug growing up. He didn't have that desire to see beyond the city he lived in. He loved Chicago. He's a Chicago boy, loves it, moved to Vegas, was fine living in Vegas. But when we met and I kind of introduced this idea of travel the world, it's amazing. He was right on board with that. And so I'm lucky that I don't have a partner who wants to squash my ideas. Instead, he allows me the freedom to explore it. So this is part of the glow up journey. It's understanding that I've got to prepare for the future in a new way that fits me and allows me to be part of the growing, changing world that now exists. We're global, right? The nations are becoming so intertwined with each other. There's also a lot of conflict, and I'm a conflict avoider completely. I don't want to be in conflict. And that's just part of the United States as an African American woman, a Black woman raising biracial children in a biracial marriage. There's a lot of conflict coming our way. And I kind of just want to remove my children from it and show them, there's a world out there. Yes, conflict is everywhere. Racism is everywhere, but there's also places that will welcome you with open arms. And we just have to find that place. There are places where we can be successful. There are places where we can learn things and grow as individuals. And that's all that matters to me. I understand that this is a long journey. It's not only 45 days, but I do want to be an example and show you people out there, someone out there that, yeah, it's scary. It is. It's hard. I'm not a financially guru person. I have no idea how I'm going to do this financially. I just know that I love to learn, and I'm going to let that lead me. That's my strength. My sense of adventure is another of my strengths. I'm going to lead with my strengths. We're all unique, and, comment, join me on this journey, subscribe. This 45-day glow up is just the beginning. I can't wait to see where it goes, but I know it's going to extend beyond the 45 days to find who I am at this point of my life. I'm not mourning the girl that I used to be, the young woman I used to be. I'm reclaiming her as part of me and using that momentum, that excitement to be excited for the rest of my life. Life's an adventure. I'm only halfway there. Thanks for joining me.